I'm up and I'm ready.
Hold on, my dad's calling me. Fucking hell. Welcome back to this Buddies podcast. You got me, Ryan. Ryan, tell us what's been going on in your life, man. Give us a bit of a rundown. Yeah. That's how I've been feeling, too. I'm over here drinking alcohol, looking like a bum.
Wait, you're drinking... Oh, yeah, I forgot you're drinking soju.
I like it. I barely ever buy it, but when I do, I enjoy the fuck out of it.
All right, so I'm recording screen right now. And the game that I have open is Pow World. It just came out this week. No. Fuck no. Oh, dude, you know what we could do if we really wanted to? In one of these episodes, we could just have one of us play the game and the other one tells us what to do as we talk.
Ooh, wait. That's
actually a really good idea. That could be the new format.
That would be, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Because then one can stay on topic and help the other one keep on topic.
Yeah, it's kind of like
distracted. I get distracted when I'm playing games.
Yeah, we get too immersed. We tried playing Red Dead. And that shit didn't work. We just ended up walking along a train track and like freezing to death.
What was that mining game we were playing?
Deep Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Deep Rock for a bit. That was kind of fun.
Dude, the fucking...
With 4 people, I could see that as actually being really fun.
Yeah, I've played before. It's good. But like Red Dead with the snow, that shit needs to go, dude. That shit is ass. It's not even sunny. It's just old dark.
Well, it's probably gone by now.
I'm glad it is, but like, it's just so like, everything's all dark and gloomy. Like there's no like sun or anything. It's just like, it kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, but anyway, who the fuck cares about Red Dead? Because we have Pow World right here, dude. This is Pokemon, except for actually, okay, we can't actually say that.
You could choose a Crypt.
Technically, yeah, actually. There's a Pokemon in the fucking... I'm just gonna say it's Pokemon. Dude, it is Pokemon with, like, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Arc and guns.
Not even really arc, dude.
No, it does. No, it does. Because it has, it like, the dudes you find...
It has, like, base building and stuff, I guess. So, yeah, I can see that.
People also compare it to Rust a bit, because I guess in a future update here, they're gonna be adding a thing where... You can actually raid people's shit, like actually like Rust.
Huh.
That's like a real thing, yeah.
Interesting. I don't know who made it. I think it's a Japanese company.
Nah, just some 2 dudes.
No, it's made by Rocket Parrot. Whoever made it also published it. So.
Rocket Parrot.
Yeah. I don't know if they're like a trustworthy thing or something. Like they're gonna keep the game up or whatever. But we're not even here for the fucking game, dude. We're here for the reviews.
Yes. Also, quick, gonna kind of get into the first topic here a bit. Should you be able to fuck the pals in Pow World? That's on our notes.
Yeah, when the game released, apparently a lot of people were debating this topic.
I was.
Are you still debating this topic?
Yeah, it's a little unfair. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I pay $30 for a game.
Damn,
why can't I have sex with Pikachu?
And there's definitely some R34, don't get me wrong.
What's that? Search it up for me. Let me see that.
I think you should do that.
I can't do that. My parents look at my history.
Oh no, dude. You gotta hand in your iPod at the end of the night?
I gotta get my phone in the night.
Dude, I gotta go through my Snapchat or something, man. Did you actually have that? Were your parents that strict?
Strict?
Strict.
No. There was a rule when I was young though where it was like you have to keep your phone up in the living room when you go to bed because they don't want you on your phone at night. That was it. It wasn't really that bad, but it was also fucking stupid. I used to have a rule too in school where I couldn't play games on the weekdays but only on the weekends. Well, that was the stupidest shit ever.
Yeah,
if I ever have kids, I'm not putting that rule up.
My parents had a really annoying rule of like. We talked about it last time a little bit with like the fucking... Yeah. No, we for sure did. You don't remember the last episode? Not the last one we recorded, but the one that we actually released.
No, I know. Yeah, I don't remember that one. It was a long time ago.
We went through Clan Days stuff like back in 2013, 2012. But yeah, no, I kind of had that, but it was more like ESRB ratings than anything.
Next question.
Which country do you think produces the most pee?
Which country? I Actually, that's a good question. What about your other question? Who is the coldest honky out right now?
Probably Theo Von.
The coldest? Like, we're talking, like, badass cold? Or, like...
Yeah, I don't know. Who's the coolest white dude right now?
Oh.
I'd say 2021 is probably, like, Jack Harlow. I think a lot of women around the world like Jack Harlow. I don't know who it would be now.
Fucking Jack Harlow.
In 2021, not now. Who's the coolest white dude out right now? I don't know.
When I said your dad, you got so mad. Why would you say that?
Fucking hit that right off the bat, dude.
You were genuinely...
I don't know who that is. I'm saying, like, universal appeal between every age range, women and men. I have no fucking clue who Jacob Elordi is.
Can I ask a question?
I'm trying to like reconcile my girlfriend to figure out who's the coldest white boy out, but I don't think she just puts all the ones that women find attractive.
Is she there right now? You asking her?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I would say Luka Doncic was definitely a big one last year.
Dude, I have a question.
Who the fuck? Who would it be, dude? Who would it be?
Okay, I'm gonna ask my question now.
Uh-huh.
Why do you have Jacob Satori as your fucking profile pic on EA?
Because it's from like 2016, and that was who Leafy made fun of the most back then. Because I watched Leafy.
Oh, I thought you were like a fan. I was probably like
no,
exposing Ryan.
No, I think I edited that photo so his forehead was smaller, so it just looked like he was like compressed like a strawberry. Like his eyes were at like the edges of his head. Somebody wrote a review on Palworld, by the way, and said it's like Pokemon and Ark were merged together in the womb, but the mother was smoking crack throughout the pregnancy. 9 out of 10.
Okay, this game's a must buy.
What's another good one, dude? Please don't get sued.
You know what's good? Was it Comedy Night? Those are the best reviews.
The pals yearn for the mines. Dude, should you be able to fuck the pals? I feel like if you can enslave them, then yeah.
Wait, what, like legit or what?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm saying it as a
well,
joke,
you can breed them.
Yeah, they breed with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, you can't.
But I mean, they already dabbled into like the sense of it already. You know what I mean? Like you can already shoot them with a gun.
You can't have sex with Pikachu, Ryan.
But what? That's a boundary, dude. You can break the boundaries.
You can't have sex with Pikachu.
But what if you make the character a furry as well?
Oh, right.
Does that make it? How would you make it right?
Well, first you have to go to prison.
Okay. Not that way. The other way. How could you make it ethical? I guess you could make it like one of those like Hoonie Pop games. Dude, that'd be kind of crazy, dude. Imagine they put like the Hoonie Pop game loop inside of this game. So you could like capture the pals and then like slowly seduce them over time.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like a 3-date thing. Or oh, dude, you know what it'd be like? It'd just be like the marriage system in Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
I got married to my best friend in Stardew Valley. He was a guy.
Gay. Got him, dude. Fucking opinion is not valid now.
Yeah, shut up. I got a better topic. How do you drink and drive with cerebral palsy? Huh?
I don't know. Why did you write that down?
I don't know, Ryan. Why'd you write my balls are hard? Fucking bitch.
Dude, Amigo and I like basically wrote all the fucking topics for this podcast all within like 8 hours. And we went into the fucking we went through the process of thoughts of going back to school, the process of buying a new vehicle, making decisions is hard. To which I retorted, my balls are hard, how to schedule a gynecologist appointment as a man. What the fuck? Dude, I had a joke written that like I accidentally walked into a gynecologist appointment because I thought guy and gynecologist would be like a man doctor. It had some really shit delivery, just like there actually, like to a T, just like that. It's pretty interesting how bad it was. Are you still interested in stand up or no?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I think my like drive for it has kind of weaned off because I didn't fully jump into it right away. And the guy that I was supposed sorry. The guy that I was supposed to go to like the place with to go and try it, we just haven't talked in like months.
Right, because you left that other job, right?
Yeah, so. And then he almost like lost his job.
How?
I don't know. I can't even get into the specifics of it. I just know that like I don't know. Right, he got into it with like somebody at work. I don't remember. But
yeah, no, I'm still down to try out some kind of stand up. I've been watching stand up still and looking at
I think I've just let the fear set in.
I enjoy it.
And I haven't been consuming as much of it, which I think is honestly a good thing because I think it makes it so that if I do come up with jokes, they're all my stylization. It's kind of the same with videos. I was talking with Chris about this earlier, and he agrees about the notion of to make something like truly original, you kind of just have to like completely separate yourself from like any YouTube content that's making the same vein of content as you.
I think you just need to be you, honestly, because whatever you do is going to be unique.
But it's hard to do when you don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard
You're not supposed to know, though, because if you know, then you're going to do the same thing as everybody else. But if you don't know, then you're doing your own original thing.
My brain hurts. Okay.
No, it's true. Think about it. That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you've had thoughts of going back to school?
Well, a little bit recently, because I'm thinking to myself, my parents have definitely been pushing it on me, because, you know, they're parents.
I mean, mine have too, but if I did that, I'd just be fucked. Like, I would be broke, and I don't even know what I would do, to be honest.
Honestly, it's not the fact. I really don't want to, but, like, I don't want to now. But I sort of want to just so I can get it over with, and because it's like a 1-year program thing.
Okay. So that's different.
Yeah, so it's a 1-year thing. I get a diploma, and I'm pretty much just getting it because I know whatever I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna get a job in that because that's where like fucking 90% of people's degrees go. So I was like, okay, I could just bang it out in 1 year, get a diploma, and just pretty much just go find a job wherever I kind of want now. Because if I have a diploma, I get put at the top of the list of jobs and stuff.
Yeah, so that's where like electrical and shit like that. Like it'd be like a trade school, or is it something different?
No, it's a computer technician. So I'd be like doing Wi-Fi and shit, building computers.
I feel like fucking. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the tech side of like going to college is such like a waste of time at this point.
Actually,
at least like coding.
You're not wrong.
At least coding and shit like that, because it's so intensely competitive.
Dude, I was looking at shit and I was thinking to myself, how the fuck are, like, anytime I hear something about layoff, it's always like any kind of computer related business or like company that's laid off a bunch of employees. I'm like, wow, you must really like not keep a job for long.
No, it's really hard. Like a lot of people who do like, especially like development, really struggle with like holding on to jobs because it's basically they're gonna work you to fucking like hell and back, and then as soon as you don't perform the way that they want you to, they're gonna let you go. Like that is just how the industry has worked, and no one can like break it because all the higher ups are just fucking really rich like white dudes, and they can just afford to just flip employees like that. It's like there's no point. Like it's such a weird thing because like the whole industry is just really bad, and then they went to like the work from home model, and then that was like fucked it up really bad. That made it so like the job was easier, but then it like fucked over places like San Fran and stuff like that. Like there's just a bunch of shit that happened.
Yeah, I kind of like I've never had a big knack for school. I've never really given a shit for school. I was a A/B student, so I have some pretty decent shit.
Yeah, I was like BC until like senior year. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, no, so I wasn't doing terrible in school. It's just I'm not a big fan of school, and I know if I'm going back to school, I'm going back for the sense to just get something because I've looked at all the programs and I don't see any fucking interest in any of that shit.
Yeah.
I get so fucking bored. I'm like, and then I like ask my parents like, oh yeah, we don't use any of the shit we did for the jobs we have now. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's pretty much fucking. Literally went to the car dealership today, buy my new car, and the guy he got a degree in archaeology or architecture is what it was. Architecture. He got a degree in that. And he then got a job once he graduated, and he got a job at the government for some reason because there was no job for him for his degree, and now he's a car dealer. I'm like, yeah, see, that's just what's gonna fucking happen. And overall, I kind of want, like, this might sound like really like a lazy ass, but I kind of don't really want something that's too like, you gotta have stuff done by a certain due date, like you got like.
Well, yeah, that's the same issue that I had.
I just kind of want to work, like, get a job. So I can like come on and work on my shit until eventually, something happens or something works out, in my favor, because that's always been my ideal thing. I've never really given that much of a shit. Obviously, I don't want to work in a shit environment, but just an environment where I can just, kind of come back, do what I want.
Yeah, it's where you can go home and you don't have to worry about work anymore.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't consume your whole life. That's where I'm at. Like, I pretty much said that, I think, like 2 episodes ago or something like that, but yeah, that's what the job search was like for me. Jesus.
And my God. Every person I've talked to has all just said, do whatever you want. You can just do whatever you want. Just get a fucking degree or diploma.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think you need that anymore, to be honest.
The only reason,
if you want to work a desk job or something like that, yeah, for sure. But if you just want to do something that isn't that taxing on your body, like, you just have to find the right stuff and make good connections with people. So getting like a shittier job that just has like a lot of people coming through it that you talk to regularly is going to help you a lot. Like, connections are everything in finding jobs.
Yeah. I don't even think I don't necessarily want an office job, but like, yeah, no, I don't want an office job, but I just know that whatever I go to apply for, because I have that diploma, I get a better chance of being. I will probably just get put up on top of the list because I have that.
I guess. But I don't know how much they would look at that over like other stuff. Like, if
well, think about it. If you have a guy who has no diploma or degree and is applying at a job, and you have a guy who's applying for the same job with diploma degree but doesn't have anything to do with the job.
But if he has experience, it doesn't really matter.
But they'll look at the guys with the diplomas first because he has some kind of schooling to back him up. That's really why.
If you exchange your diploma for work experience, it's almost equally the same thing. Depending on where you're looking, though. It really depends on what job you're applying for. If it's something that's actually expertise, like, based and not just like brute work, like electrical or something like that, then experience matters more. Yeah. But if it is something hands-off that's more of like a specialist type of job at like a desk, yeah, they're going to look at your schoolwork over anything else because it's basically all you're going to do. None of it's physical. So
yeah, I mean, like, I'm just kind of thinking because it's only a year. It's like a year and 5 months, and I'm thinking like, okay, I could just bang it out now, get it done with, because really, once I'm done, and my life's just gonna go back to the same it is now. I don't really have any desire to like, do anything fucking huge. Like, I've been like pretty much saying the whole time, I'm just gonna get this thing just to get it. Really.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still living
kind of it
with like your mom and dad and stuff like that, and you can like afford to do that while they support you, that is completely a good idea.
Yeah.
The only issue that I have with school is it just has such an insane mental strain on my brain.
Yeah, that too.
Like, it took years to like finally recoup with like how bad it was.
Yeah. No, I did school. I did 1 year graphic design. That shit was fucking ass.
Yep. I did 1 year of fucking film, dude. I know exactly.
That shit was horrible. I hated that crap. But yeah, no, I was thinking I'd just bang it out, get it done with, get a diploma, and then just go apply for whatever, and then just keep doing what I want, which is just kind of this thing. That's always been like kind of the plan, really. I never had like any big like, plan like that. It's kind of just that. I hate the question people ask like, where are you gonna see yourself in 5 years? I don't fucking know. I kind of have ideas of where I'd like to be, but I wouldn't say I know exactly in 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I have no fucking clue either.
Yeah,
to be fair.
it's such a dumb question. It's like I don't want to call them a moron, but they're a fucking moron, dude.
I mean, if you have a plan that's set, that's cool. I think some people definitely do, and they can enact on it, and it actually works. But for me, I have like an end goal, but in between there's no certainty at all at what's gonna happen. And I mean, you can't really plan for it in that way either.
Mine is just kind of working towards that end goal. That's really all it is. That's what that 5 years is gonna be, or even
I think
like
that's the fun
2 years
of like being young. Is just like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's like the fun and also like the worry.
Yeah,
all comes from the same place because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what you're gonna do, where you're gonna end up. Like I had like 4 different jobs within the time of me leaving high school to now. I didn't think I was gonna have any of those. I thought I was fucked for a bit because I could not find a new job that was actually good. And then everything worked out in the end. But it's just like having some sort of struggle with it makes life kind of fun instead of just having everything handed to you. Or like,
oh yeah,
I think I probably have had a certain amount of stuff handed to me just from like connections and stuff like that, but I had to build those connections to begin with and work up a repertoire to be able to get, word of mouth from like other people, like to kind of stick their neck out for me to get into certain positions, like getting jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think just, I don't know, like early 20s into 30s, I feel like just having not any plan of like what you want to do is probably the way that most people do it. Like I want to obviously be self-sustaining and like financially well and like live in a decent area that I don't hate and work a job that I don't hate. But like with the YouTube stuff, dude, I never know when this shit's going to fucking do well. I don't know even when I'm going to upload next. It's just going to be like a constant working towards something. Like I'm still going to hone all these skills. I want to learn Blender. I want to be able to composite things, model things, texture things. Like I want to get way better with that, but it's just gonna be a matter of time. And the way that I'm working right now, the issue that I'm having is just that like I'm having a lot of issues with like drive because I'm just so tired all the time from working so early. So I'll come home and take naps and stuff like that where I really shouldn't because I'm just wasting a bunch of time. So in reality, the reason why like a lot of my videos are going to be so delayed is because I'm working so much. But I kind of have to at this point because I need to actually like make money now. I'm past the point in my life where I can just kind of not work and still like live and just like mooch off other people. I need to be completely self-sufficient at this point. So I just need to like figure out a balance between like my work-life balance, so I can start making videos again. Like I have ideas, I've written scripts, I'm getting a lot of stuff done. It's just I don't know how to start with this, and I think as soon as I get the ball rolling with like this first video, I can actually start pumping out other ones. I don't know how this talk ended up into my upload schedule, but yeah, that's where I've been at. So I feel like not having a plan, or like if you want to go back to school or whatever you want to do, I would just say fucking do it, because you don't know where it's going to end up, and it might end up helping you a lot more than either you or I could overthink. So
and I can still upload for sure because I did an entire year of graphic design. I still uploaded weekly. I still do that, which was really tough, but I got it done. The difference between this and graphic design is graphic design was 2 fucking years, and I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't even get to do half the shit because of COVID, and it was like fucking like what they explained, you didn't even do half the time.
Yeah, like, I mean, also graphic design and stuff like that is just a shitty degree to begin with. Like you and I both had really shitty degrees.
Yeah,
that we're working
towards.
Graphic
design, like it's just like people are like, oh, you can make this or this. It's like, yeah, but at some point you're gonna like. I feel like you're just gonna be at some point like, you know.
It's one of those careers that kind of bottoms out, getting out the door. Like it's really weird. It's another like techie job to where like a lot of people want it, and a lot of people are really fucking good at it, to where it's gonna be very hard for you to like get a stable job. Because a lot of places, to be honest, are just going to fucking outsource that shit to begin with. Like, they're not even going to have, like, an in-person, like, sect group that is working on graphics. Like, you'd have to have a very specific niche to your business to where having a graphics department would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Like, I worked on corporate videos, and we outsourced so much shit to, like, other, like, Fiverr gigs and stuff, just to get our like contracts done. And these are like actual businesses we were doing videos for. It was like insane to see that. So like I would try to make as much as I could, but it was really rough.
How long was that supposed to be?
I had that job. Well, that was back when I was
like schooling, like the film.
Oh, how long was mine going to be? 4 years. It was going to be a full-on degree. Like I was getting my bachelor's in it, and I had high hopes for it. Like I really wanted to be like a videographer, and I always had wanted to be a videographer up until like probably 2020, I'd say. Like as soon as I actually got into the classes and realized I knew all the shit, it really like put a damper on like everything that was happening. Because basically it was like I was still doing English high school classes for no fucking reason. And then I was doing my shitty major classes, which weren't teaching me anything, because all of it was like these really shit film reviews, which a lot of it was all just like, what did you think about the film? Like every single day. And that was it. Like they'd teach you like a concept, and it wouldn't even be for like videography or editing or anything, even though I was in editing classes. Like it was like film 101, film 108. And all of it was all like speculative, like short film review, which why the fuck am I going to school to do this? Like, it's just such a weird concept. So I really lost interest, and I just started not going to classes at all. And that's how I ended up just eventually dropping out within like the first year. And then I got the job at the bowling alley later that year. And then from there, it just kind of kept going. So I was at that other job while doing the film classes, kind of as a way to like get my foot in the door. So I could have experience and have been working there for like years at that point. So my resume would have looked really good. But yeah, no, it would have just been really bad. And I still have a friend who's in that program. And I think he's probably working on his senior project right now. Because when we started going to that school, they told us right off the bat, they're like, yeah, your senior project, you're going to have a full-length feature film. And you're going to send it into like film festivals and all this stuff. But the thing with like film students is that like, for some reason, once you get into those programs, a lot of your stuff just becomes really fucking weird. Because you're exposed constantly like these really weird like short indie films. And a lot of it for some reason has to do with like nudity and like all this like really strange like taboo shit that they just throw in films because they want to be weird for some reason. And yeah, I just got really fucking tired of all of it. So I just ended up like completely disassociating from anything related to that school. Stopped going to classes, didn't really do any of my assignments. Played a lot of Apex, drank a lot to like kind of avoid the problem. Because I was basically just not showing up to class, going to work for like a couple hours, coming home, playing Apex drunk until I passed out, woke up the next day at like 2, missed all my classes, did it again. That went on for about like probably 8 months. So, and then summer came around, and I kind of turned around my like entire well-being, because that was bad. But yeah, that was about it. So that's how that journey went. I think I told that whole story on Sleazeballs, but I kind of wanted that to be on here too, just so that some people have a premise for the backstory. But it was a real weird journey. At some point during that, I met Chris. I don't remember when. I thought I met Chris before Dom, but I guess I did. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when I first met you and Dom, you were mentioning about Chris here and there.
Okay, so maybe I did, dude. The fucking timeline's so blurry. It was really weird. But
yeah. So yeah, anyways, I don't know. School fucking sucks. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, if anybody's watching this, if you do go to film school, go to a good one. Don't go to a shit one that just has a film program if you want to actually have it be your degree. Doesn't matter the fucking price. If anything, go to like the Dave School or something in Florida. Don't go to some shitty college and then like expect the program to at least be like laughably decent, because you're not going to get a job that way. Just in case. I think some people... I don't know. A lot of people in the YouTube space really do like there's a lot that I feel like are going for film degrees, but
yeah,
dude, they're so bad. They're really fucking bad. Like the only way to really get a job in the film industry is if you're in LA or you're in like New York. Like you have literally 2 options. It's either be broke in a shit warm place or be broke in a shit cold place. And like if you want to do TV, New York is better. If you want to do like actual movies, LA is better.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you go to school for something like that, and the chances of actually getting that, even in real life, is like probably hard to get. Like, really hard to get.
And it's one of those things where, like, even if you get the degree, it doesn't guarantee you a job.
Yeah. See, that was my other issue too. I was just talking about that. Like, just because I'm going for this thing, I might go for this thing, doesn't even mean I'm gonna get a job in that.
Nope.
Plus, I don't even think I really want a job in it. I just kind of want something. Dude, I was like telling my barber. My barber was really like, yeah, just go to school to get something, honestly, because you just need something.
It's just the dumbest fucking thing ever that school is just like this get out of fucking broke free card, when in reality it really isn't. Like, a lot of people who have degrees still can't get jobs, even though they have their 4-year degree and they did well. Like, it just doesn't fucking matter at all. A lot of it is literally just having a decent resume and having references. Like, references are fucking massive. If you don't have references, you are, like, screwed. I have, like, a big-ass reference sheet built up over the years just from the amount of jobs that I've worked. And I can call up any of those people, and no matter what job I apply for, I can put, like, 6 people down at whatever time. None of them are family. Like, literally none of them. So I would just recommend, like, if anything, I would probably, like, get a different job, like, at least every, like, 2 years, if you can. A lot of the times you'll get bored of, like, your last one anyway, or work, like, 2 at once. That's what I did for a bit, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily unless you really need it. But, no, building up a reference sheet is way more important. But, yeah. I don't know how the fuck we got into that topic for so long. That was 32 minutes in.
I think it's because we can, like... I was actually watching a video, too. It was, like... This guy he's just being a videographer, but he did it really well. And he was, like, explaining that he's 23, usually around that age, people are just getting out of, like, like, some kind of college or university. And I was, like, thinking to myself, I'm 20. If I can just do this, I can get out when I'm 22. I'm going to be fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do want to have it done, but I also don't want to fucking do it at all because I don't care for it.
20s are very interesting because the existential dread starts setting in for some reason, like, really early. Because you're finally past this hump where it's like, okay, I'm out of my teens. What am I gonna do now? Because the next thing is 30.
For me, it's career pressure from people. Parents, friends.
Oh yeah, no, I got that a lot. It's like especially when I didn't have, like, a job that actually was giving me hours or paying me enough. Like, my parents pushed me really hard to go back to school or to find, like, a different job. So at one point I was working like 80 hours a week. And then even after I did that, my mom was like, "Oh, well, you still should probably go back to school." So she was like, "Yeah, you should start school at 22, or not 22. You should start school at 21." I was like fresh 21. So you can get out at fucking 24 or 5 or some shit like that.
Yeah, dude, I can't do school for 4 years.
That was so bad.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
There's just no way you can make me do school for 4 years. I just can't. There's just no way. I couldn't.
What I would do is, like, just I don't even know. I don't even know what I'd go for at that point. Like, there's some trades that you could do, but a lot of the time even going to school for that stuff isn't going to help because you're going to have to go on a list at some point to even get picked to get the job. It's a very strange system they have. And then there's, like, unions and things like that and union fees that you have to get into. Like, I could have gotten into a union at that one job I was at for, like, a month, and I obviously chose not to because I wasn't even doing that part of the job that would require the union. But yeah, dude, trades even aren't even that good. Like, I was talking to my uncle after I got my newest job, like the one that I have now. And he's like, "Dude, I would quit 100% at any point if I were able to get the job that you have right now at just a higher pay. Like, I am busting my fucking ass in, like, the cold every single week just to, like, make it by." And I was like, Jesus.
A lot of... I could kind of speak on this because my dad's been in the trades for a very, very long time. And he's personally told me, do not go in the trades. He's personally told me that, just do not go in the trades.
Well, yeah, it's like this pop thing. Like, people, every teacher at some point has, like, told people to, like, go into, like, a certain direction. So, like, for me, it was either like, okay, go to college or go into trades if you don't go into college. Because they just hype up, like, the amount of money you're going to make. But the thing is that they're hyping it up and telling it to so many fucking people that it's so competitive that you can't get a fucking job in it. So you're just going to sit here forever.
Well, it's not just that. It's that, people that go in it that are young, they like, oh, it's the best thing, yada, yada. Yeah, it's cool. But then when you're 30, you feel 60. And eventually, like, yeah, it's really good money you make. But if it was that good, I don't think people that are like my dad's age would be complaining about that. Like, my dad's a welder. He's been a welder for his whole life. Like, he's telling me, don't do trades. It's not worth it, yada, yada. And I'm taking his advice because I'm not going to just be stupid and be like, oh, whatever, it's money. Because it's like, no, this dude who's like 50 years old is telling you not to do it. You probably shouldn't do it. I'm going to be honest. Like, at that point, if you don't listen, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
And a welder is one of those trades that's like the nicest one out of all of them, to be honest. It depends on what type of welding you're doing. But like if you're just in like a machine shop or something like that, yeah, don't be a carpenter. That's terrible.
Oh, that's terrible.
But yeah, a lot of people were pressuring me to do like plumbing or like electrical work or HVAC. And HVAC around here is like super competitive. That's another thing where like you have to have connections to get a job in that field. If you don't have connections and you're trying to get into the trades, you're probably not making it into the trades. Like you almost have to know someone who owns the business to get in, which is insane.
If even like you said before, dude, everything in life, it doesn't even matter what you go for. I don't care if you went to become an engineer or you went to become a doctor.
I mean, I was originally supposed to go in engineering, but I dropped out and went to film instead because I just enjoyed it more.
But back what I was saying is, it doesn't matter what you kind of go for, honestly. If you have connections, you're fucking set.
Yeah.
You're literally fucking... I've heard this story of this dude who was like he was like some kind of a close or somewhat friend with some guy who had a connection with like Elon Musk. This dude got a job working at Tesla, and this kid, like, he just got out of high school. Has a job working at like Tesla and shit. It's like, yeah, see, that's what I mean, dude. You can just have connections and you're fucking good. So a lot of times you can, you can say like, oh, I went and did this and this, yeah, but are you really doing that, or did you just get it?
Yeah, I think the dread of the 20s is finally starting to subside a little bit for me, at least for a small period of time. I don't know if you have the same thing where you kind of just like sit there at night and just like think like, oh fuck, the next milestone's 30. Like that happens to me quite a bit, but I know you're like fresh into 20, so like it's not really, might not have set in that far, but as soon as I got past like 21, I want to say it like really started setting in.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of just, I wrote that down hoping that you would kind of just have like a little bit of an opinion on it, but if you haven't experienced it yet, then I don't know.
No, I've always just kind of viewed life in a way where I have my passions, I have my goals. This is what I want to do. I get the whole crowd, and people are like, go to school, get a good job. Obviously, you should. That's not a dumb idea. It's actually a pretty decent idea. But don't settle your whole life on something just to make money when you should have some kind of a passion or goal. Because that's really what keeps me going, honestly. Because if I didn't have that, I'd be like, okay, I'm not going back to school. I'm not doing anything. I'd pretty much be a fucking bum.
Yeah.
With all my passions and my goals, and like just the way I've looked at like life is like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. I don't care what kind of like, I'm not in a sense don't care what job, but don't care enough to be like, I need to have the best high paying job out of the whole world, yada yada. I just kind of need something that's makes me good money. I'm able to come home, work on my shit, have a good work life balance, and just keep going until what I want eventually works.
Yeah, I think you're in my like goals kind of align quite a bit in that sense, and I think that's why we kind of get along like that. It's just because we understand it deeper than a lot of people who actually have these jobs do somehow, or at least our parents. I think what our parents really did was like they kind of followed that mentality because their parents probably said the same thing: just get a really good job and you'll be set and happy. And I think a lot of them have gotten to the point where it's like they're in their 50s or they're in like their late 50s
and they're not happy.
And now they're just pissed off and they're trying to push it onto like kids and stuff like that. I feel like I've seen that a lot more talking to people now, especially now that I've talked to more people in this area of like our like Discord group. Like a lot of people get pushed to just do really stupid shit just because their parents failed in the same field. And it's just going to continue the cycle more than anything.
Like, I get you want your kid to do better than you, but you can't tell your kid to get a job that's the same level as you and then expect that to be better.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really just force your kid. Like, they're almost living vicariously through them in a way because they failed to get something that was, like, worthwhile. Like, my dad's been retired for a couple years now, and he's happy. But, like, the wear and tear that the job had on him fucked him up to the point where, like, he's sore. Like, everything kind of is less, like, just fucking painful. Yeah. It isn't, like, that bad. But, like, my mom, on the other hand, is still at her job, and she's going to be for, like, the next, like, 5 years, I think. And she finally got to the point where she just was tired of everything she was doing. So now, like, every time I talk to her, she's just pissed off. Like, just nonstop pissed off. Yeah. It's really just fucking annoying. So, like, yeah, she was pressuring me a lot to go back to school. I told her I'm not doing that because it's just fucking asinine at this point. And now that I have this job, I have this footing to where I can just actually have an opinion that, like, has solid footing. Like, it's founded to where, like, I could work at this job until I retire. Like, I'm set. I'm fine. Like, I could stay here as long as I make it to work every day. I have this job. So now that I just know what I'm doing and I have some sort of, like, stability, I feel like I can actually, like, make decisions now that better me in the long run. And I mean, even if I leave this job, like, I have enough rep to where I could work at other places just based off of my resume. So it's really helpful in, like, the grand scheme of things to kind of just understand, like, where your parents are coming from. And, like, they probably know better.
They just want to look out for you, but it's, you know.
But you also have to look at, like, the fact that if they fucked up, obviously they're going to want you to do better. And if you know what you want or what you have as a goal in your life, it's better to just take their advice with a grain of salt and then understand what you want to do better.
Yeah.
So.
Because, like, I get sometimes my parents are like, oh, you know, we want you to do this. It's like, no. Like, because, like, no, I'm not going to do what they want. Obviously, I'll take advice from them when it comes to, like, understanding, you know, like, you know, why you should have this job, you know, what kind of a job you should be kind of going for to make this certain amount of money. I understand that, but I'm not going to go for some job that I'm, like, unhappy with, hate. I think it's fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Because then it's like when they pass away, I'm stuck with this job. Like, no, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking doing that at all.
Yeah. Plus, we also have a very different, like, point of view of what our end goal is. Because, like, obviously we want to do this as a job, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I would love to, 100%. That's, like, the goal.
And I don't think a lot of people have, like, that second lane that they're, like, constantly looking at and pursuing while they're working. Like, a lot of people, their whole life is getting the job that their parents are telling them to get.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't have these side aspirations and side goals that we have.
Yeah, dude, so many people that I've known just kind of go home, go to the bar or whatever, and that's just repeat. I'm like, dude, I couldn't do that. I need something that I want to look forward to and make something out of it. So that I have something I actually want.
And there's also that existential dread of once you get into, like, your 20s and stuff like that, of is it too late? Which happens quite a bit.
I was having that, like, 2 days ago when I was just deciding if I should go back to school or if I should just whatever. I was having that. I was really like, I feel like I just, like, I'm too late. But I had to just kind of take a step back and realize I'm only fucking 20 years old, and if I do this thing, it'll be 1 year of my 20, like, I'll be, like, 22 when I get out. You know, I still have so much time that, like, I'm not digesting how much time I actually have. I'm thinking, like, oh no, I'm going back to school, and I'm thinking of it too much like it's gonna be forever.
Yeah, but it's only gonna be a year.
Yeah, it's only a year and 5 months, and it's so fucking easy to do, honestly.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
There's just nothing else in school. I've looked at all the programs. I'm just like, I know, dude, this shit is so boring.
Well, I kind of just went through, like, whenever they'd ask me, because I've always had, like, this aspiration to do this as a job. So whenever I was asked in, like, high school and stuff like that, of what I wanted to do forever, or, like, what I wanted to go to school for, what I wanted to major in, I always just didn't really have an answer. Because I knew in reality what I wanted to do. I just couldn't say it to anybody because they just think I'm a fucking idiot.
I just wouldn't say it because, honestly, I don't really care what they think because I know what I want. They know what they want. And, I mean, if they got something to say, I don't really give a shit because the truth is I know what I want to do. And I just don't really care what they have to say. So I just don't tell anybody because I'm just like, you know what? Why does
yeah,
it
I'd
matter?
rather just work in silence towards my goal than like flaunt it and like, yeah, like my parents don't know that I want to do that.
If you tell too many people your goals, you end up just creating more obstacles for yourself. It's just the truth.
Or just adding like unneeded pressure to yourself, like to pursue it. Having bad motives to learn stuff like this isn't really the way to like succeed. I feel like it's just having fun with it and actually like enjoying what you're doing. Because you might just work to something that you end up hating at the end anyway. If you don't like build it, like have a decent mental towards it, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, if you go in with a bad mental space with it, you're gonna put all this work in, and then you're gonna say this is bad or you don't like this when really it was good or something like that. You know, you have to go in with.
You're just gonna burn yourself out. Like you're just gonna look at it.
You'll do that too. You'll burn yourself out.
It's such a long burn type of thing that if you just fuck it up in that way in your mind, to where you just have this unhealthy relationship with it, to where you have to grind through it. It's just gonna take way too long, and you're just gonna get to the point where it's like this is not worth it, and then I feel like most people give up at that point. I think that's really what happens.
Yeah, most people give up because they like the idea of YouTube, but they don't want to put the work in. That's why they.
Or just anything creative, really.
They see it as like, oh, you know, if I put this much work in, I should be here. Yada yada. It's like, no, you have to actually like this. That's kind of like, that's also like some advice I've heard from people that decided to go into computer science. Everybody wants to do that, but it's like if you don't like this, you are not going to make it, and it's so fucking true. Cause
it's the same. That shit is
tough.
Game dev is like the same job in a sense. Like anything computer related, I feel like is like that.
Yeah.
Where like if you don't actually actively enjoy like the game dev workflow and stuff like that, like the only reason why companies like Ubisoft and fucking Blizzard and stuff like that can exist still with like the corporate crunch and shit that they put their employees through is just the fact that their employees still have the passion of watching the early games that like the devs used to make. Like all the people they look up to, and they want to follow in their footsteps, but the companies themselves just choke them out of like any creative drive they have because higher ups want the product to look a certain way. Like I noticed that a lot with like all of like game devs. Like pretty much a lot of them give the same testimony in that sort of sense.
I feel like game devs should make some kind of money off a little bit and then go do their own thing.
I think there needs to be a game dev union.
That too, because. Yeah, any fucking computer job, dude. You got maybe 2 years of that job for real before they lay you all off.
I wonder if there is. Let me look that up. Actually.
Remember when Twitter laid everybody off?
Oh yeah.
That right there is a perfect example. They work there forever and they just get laid off. Like, it's those jobs just. I'm not speaking like I know, but just from a viewer perspective, it looks very like it's not secure as much as people might say.
Oh, I guess there is a game dev union. Game Workers Unite. Psycho Workers. Yeah, dude, there's a bunch. Holy shit, actually. Wow. That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, just with how many strikes. Like, I don't even know. Is the writer's strike over? Is that thing done?
Like a Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been over. Yeah, it's been over.
When did that end?
I know it ended because it started working on the 5th season of Stranger Things, and I remember the people that were doing it saying they weren't going to start working on that shit till that strike is over with. And I seen a post saying they were going to do it. Also, Stranger Things
ended
fans
on November
are
9th.
fucking weird, dude.
Damn, it actually wasn't that long at all. September 27th to November 9th. Wow. Holy shit. That is insane. Damn. Damn is right, dude. Still not watching Stranger Things. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's really good, but it's one of those things where the fan base is fucking weird, dude. Like there's some weirdos. Good show, but fan base fucking ruins.
I just don't watch shows like that anymore.
I've been watching Breaking Bad for the first time. It's really good. I like it.
Really? You've never seen Breaking Bad?
I'm almost on the last season. I'm on season 4.
I really want to watch The Sopranos. Apparently that's a really good one.
Yeah, I hear people talk about that too.
Mainly Jack. Jack genetically made like 3 videos, I think, on it.
Yeah, he did, I think. Yeah, he did.
So, probably have to hit that up.
And actually, it was surprising. Tonight you were talking about looking at new vehicles, and I just bought a new vehicle today.
Wow, what a guy. Dude, he's growing up.
Sort of. I'm always gonna be a kid by heart. I've known this forever. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, see, I like that mentality, but I also don't like that mentality because I see people in their 40s that are in like their 50s, and they're just like really childish. Like I still want to be an adult. I just want to like enjoy things that I did when I was younger.
Yeah, see, there's a teeter-totter.
Those people who do that, very thin line, dude.
The people who do that don't know when to not be and when to be.
Yeah, they like Minion memes and shit, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm a kid at heart," and it's like, "Wow, yeah, you're just fucking weird."
Yeah. Like, if you say you're a kid at heart in public, and
you need to stop speaking.
Yeah, if you think of it as a flex, dude, it's not. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, dude. Like, I don't know. Like in a sense, I don't know. I don't really take stuff seriously unless it's serious, you know? Like, I'll make jokes and shit, but, like, when it's actually serious, I'll be like, okay, like, you can't really act like a jackass here. You kind of gotta be serious. Like, if you get pulled over, it's one thing to, joke with a cop, but then another thing to, like, act like some douchey 21-year-old.
Well, I feel like once you hit, like, a certain age, you just kind of have to carry yourself differently.
Yeah.
I feel like instead of acting like a fucking teenager, though, you should just act like, your 30-year-old self or 20-year-old self. Like, don't fucking, I don't know, like poop fart jokes.
Yeah, that shit's fucking weird. Poop fart jokes. Oh, man, I can't stand people do that shit.
Dude, fart jokes are the worst. Poop jart jokes are even worse, dude. I hate shitting my jeans.
Wait, so how much were you looking to spend on a vehicle?
I don't know. This topic is bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I wrote one down at work.
Yeah.
That I really want to talk about because I actually have had like this viewpoint for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we talked about this a little bit on Sleazeballs to a certain degree. But I've kind of always felt like there was like this karma balance in life.
Mm-hmm.
To where like whenever you have like a shit period, there's always like a decent one around the corner. But while you're in the shit period, you just kind of don't see that it's coming.
Like the good?
Yeah. Like, do you feel like it balances out?
I feel like the good times only come around. Not the good times, like every day shit, but I guess the really good,
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like the good karma only happens kind of once in a blue moon, it feels like, as opposed to everything else is just meh, and then it's just bad.
But is it like a residual meh and then a really good period, or is it like really shit all the time and then a decent period?
Yeah.
Which one?
Like, I guess it'd be pretty shit and then meh. And then that kind of flipped for me because I kind of looked at it from a different viewpoint because it's all viewpoint perspective. The only reason you might think like that is because you're thinking of it as that. That's exactly why it feels like that. It's because you're thinking of it as that.
Yeah, I think it is a certain sense of my brain like setting it up. Because I'll look at it like that for, I don't know, months at a time. Like if I'm in a really depressive period or like a really shit period, I'll just know that like something good eventually is gonna come, or like there's like a low period. I like to think about it kind of as like a spectrogram. Like a line, kind of like a stock,
Mm-hmm.
to where like a shit period would be like a lull or like a dip or like a drop off, and then like a good period would be like just a straight jagged edge. But I think it's a lot more smooth than that. But like there's valleys and then there's crests, like tops of hills, bottoms of hills.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like most of the time the magnitude in which they pop up always is within like, I don't know, a decent amount of time, but it's in the same magnitude. So like if you have a really shit period, you're gonna have a really good period next, or you're gonna have at least a decent period that spans for a long time to make up for how bad the bad period was.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a family member die or something, I think you'll have like at least some point it will get better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you kind of look at shit the same way, or if that's just me.
No, that's kind of just you.
Damn, I've had this same like mentality since like high school, and I've just noted the same patterns the whole time.
That's because you. I think you mentally want to see that pattern. You just
maybe.
Don't know it. Because
but it's weird how often it works out.
Because I'm thinking to myself, like the way I kind of do it is like, if something bad happens, if you get angry, there's really no point because you can't really fix what just happened unless you actively can. And you should probably do that. And I'm not really like too like upset or anything just because I'm like, I don't really like care. I just have like I've always just once I got out of high school, like I got out of all school in general. Like I went from high school to instantly to post secondary. Fucking hated that shit. And basically I was still in that school mentality, but as soon as I got out of school, life got a lot better because I wasn't surrounded by people who might be doing better than you, might be doing worse than them. I wasn't surrounded by the pressure of needing to get grades. I didn't have to do homework, it was able to like just kind of understand that like there's more to that than just life like that. There's more to life than just that. Because it's all I've known.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've kind of and then I kind of just adopted the mentality of like not caring, like at all. Obviously, yeah, to some extent you need to care. Like you can't just let some shit fly under the front, like under the radar, and then it's like, yeah, you fucked yourself.
I feel like the more you don't care, the more you're kind of like wasting time to a certain degree. Like you have to be.
But see, I don't.
At least the
care.
way I see
it, I don't.
It's good to have everything be in control.
I don't care in a sense of needing to be upset or needing to be angry. I just am like, I have my goals. I know what I want. I'm just gonna do that, and if something happens, something happens. I'm not gonna be upset about it because I can't
just like
do
improving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I don't improve at any given amount of time, like throughout the past 4 years, I've gone through like so many different stages, but each one incrementally has been an improvement on the last. So like it started out at like fucking ground zero. Like I'd say like 2020 was like ground zero, shittiest area into 2021 ish. But like as soon as I got to like 22, 23, it all started kind of like mellowing out, and I could actually like I basically cleared the smog to where I could actually see my future and like where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Like school and like the depressive period of like just being at a shit job and not making money and being stuck in my parents' house, like all that shit was like clouding my vision of what I actually needed to do or wanted to do. So it made it really hard for me to like figure out what to do at all next without like any sort of external stimulation. But as soon as I like got my job, worked up, got all that shit that I talked about earlier, now I feel like I can actually finally plan out what I want to do and like chase after my goals instead of just being stuck in like this depressive state where I'm not improving at all or like not growing.
So wait, what would your what are your goals that you have in mind besides just YouTube?
Is it probably home ownership, being stable like that. Probably eventually having a kid at some point. I don't know when. Maintaining a job.
So you feel like you feel like you have more control now to get those things because
but all those are like some of them are like primary goals and some of them are secondary, and then I'm chasing YouTube on the side the whole time.
Yeah.
Or like some sort of like external success from something, whether it be like I don't know, animation, stand up, YouTube, maybe I still want to do that animated show.
I was just about to say I think you should do that, dude. Like you show a lot of interest in animation, and as we're talking improvement, you've improved a lot on that.
Like, a lot of it is just all like it isn't practice, which is the weird thing. And I still don't think anything that I draw really is that great. I just have a better understanding of composition and how line work should be and how colors should be versus how I used to be. Because I kind of just went into it bare bones and didn't really look at anybody's videos or like how other people are supposed to do it. And I bought like this big ass book for like $50 that's all on like early Disney animation. I still haven't read it. But I just don't practice animation enough to the point where I can get better at it. I'm just kind of improving my workflow. So it's kind of like a facade, which sucks. But I just need to like intentionalize actually practicing it like more. But just trying to get videos and stuff like that like done. I'm going to use that workflow a lot within this next video. So I think I might actually delve into like creating something that's usable for myself. But we'll have to see because I'm going to have a workflow in like Blender, workflow in animation, and they're both going to have to go into like this next video almost cooperatively for it to be pulled off fully. So, we'll see. But yeah, I want to tackle bigger things, better things. And like, I need to stop looking at external people doing the same type of content. Because if I do, I'm just going to try to mirror them. And it's not going to be my own when it comes out. So.
That's good.
That's the idea.
Oh, damn.
Well, damn indeed. Yeah, I had a lot of like more deep topics, but I think we pretty much hit a lot of them.
Yeah, we could start.
But yeah, I want to get into that karma thing again later, but I'm just gonna actually like think of the way that I want to phrase it to where we can have like a full-on discussion about it. Because it's almost like a mentality that I have. So.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is mentality. It's not like a curse or something. It's mentality. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You just need to have a mental switch. And
I think it's still fine. Like, it's not like it's fucking me up at all. Honestly, it's helping more than anything because I know when I have like those really shit periods that it will get better. A lot of people don't see past that fog to know that that's there, and they just get worse because of it. Or they'll just end up going to therapy, one of the two. But,
yeah, therapy's not a bad option. My brother goes to therapy.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I don't know. I don't think I quite need it yet. Or can afford it.
Yeah.
That too. Or have the time for it. But yeah, I think we can leave it off there. That was actually a decent one.
That was a good podcast.
But
I'm gonna end it right now.
All right, I'm gonna end mine. Bye, guys.
Bye, bye.